closer because going into our next game is ESC and G2. Forga Jester with the Nick Hots, and we're about to jump into a game because they've already finished draft, Mr. Nick. Tell us what we're about to see.
Well, we have ESC with another Illidan comp, so kind of interesting. They have Stitches, Zagara, Tass, Melf, and Illidan, so not super traditional. I mean, they do have that Tass star, but on the opposing team of G2, they actually have Jaina, Sonya, ETC, Rhaegar, Vala. So definitely some interesting comps. Some synergies I wouldn't expect, but you know, definitely good comps nonetheless. I would be kind of interested to see how the draft went, but actually a Diablo ban coming out, very, very interesting. But Diablo did get buffed in this patch, and he's a force to be reckoned with. So,
what did they buff on Diablo? I'm not coming to me here.
So they improved the functionality of Lightning Breath. They made it kind of like easier, and then for like aiming it, and then Apocalypse cooldown got reduced by quite a bit. So,
okay, so ultimate changes, got it. I couldn't remember seeing any kind of stat changes, but even though those buffs kind of coming through, I mean, we've seen a multitude of different bans now throughout several games. We've seen Sergeant Hammers, we've seen Illidans, we've seen a lot of Rhaegar on our side of the ocean, but now Diablo and Zeratul. Tyrande was the ban here as well. There's no reoccurring theme as of yet. And is that simply because of the changes to the champions, or is it because of team preference? Does ESC run a Diablo? I mean, that's just something I don't have up here quite yet. So I mean, either way, those are your drafts. I like the Bruiser comp kind of mentality here for Garden of Terror from G2, but it's going to be up to ESC to prove that this Illidan comp can still work.
Yeah, I definitely I like the Jaina Sonya. It's kind of interesting. The Leap Jaina combo can be pretty strong, and I'm curious to see if ETC will go for a stage dive or mosh pit here. There isn't too much interrupts that I can think of here on the side of ESC other than the hook. But yeah, it could be a mosh pit game, honestly.
Man, the amount of mosh pits that I've seen in competitive since like last patch is really gone down, a lot of people just really like stage dive these days.
Yeah, stage dive, a very strong ultimate. For so long it was kind of neglected, but mosh pit can be strong too, especially when there isn't that many interrupts. And Stitches did lose that pulverized stun, so he's not going to have that available to interrupt the mosh pit.
Yeah, rip the stun slam build. But guys, we are here into our round of 16, although I don't think I changed that on the bracket info. My apologies. Either way, G2, Gamers2, going to be here on the blue. We got Joel up into the top with that Sonya. Saishu, I think it's Saishu. I really hope so. Leo from Korea, Nicker, and ADRD, who always reminds me of Star Wars, like R2-D2, ADRD.
Yeah, and the Stitches Mouth combo is pretty strong here in lane. Definitely some, if you get the hook into root combo, can definitely secure a kill, but we have Zagara also here in top lane, very strong top laner, but the tri lane going against that, so kind of interesting lanes here.
Yeah, Snow is not going to have a really easy time. We either need to push down bottom as quick as we can, and that's actually going very well looking at Anti-Hero, Invidium, and Nebs, because they're about to get that first tower. It's very similar timing to that of Fnatic last round on Haunted Mines. 1 minute in, we get that tower. To finish off the team here from ESC, it's a Lotus, who's no longer AA, just Lotus these days. So there you go. Those are the two teams, and going back and forth. The tri lane, believe it or not, with the double support and Stitches, is actually winning out the bottom trades.
Yeah, ESC, though, able to defend their towers a bit better in that 1v3 lane, and Zagara just able to clear the waves a lot better. So definitely winning a little bit on the trade there.
And seeds are up. So, again, we see a lot of Curse, but back in the day especially, this would definitely be the #2 map, I would say. It's definitely fallen off since then, and I would actually pick it closer to 4, maybe 5 out of our 7 now. So don't get to see it a heck of a lot, but you do need to collect these seeds, and it looks like right now that ESC, they're pretty much on top of it, but the top golem with that extra tank on their team with the Sonya is actually about to drop here from Gamers. So they will take a very quick seed lead, but only temporarily.
Yeah, I mean, both tri-lanes on different sides of the map and just kind of trading seeds. Kind of interesting, very kind of passive game so far.
90-90, exactly traded.
Indeed, indeed.
For now.
And yeah, like he's, Stitch is kind of getting caught here, and he does end up going down. Getting caught in that blizzard and just...
Now, something to note that we don't get to see a heck of a lot of Sonya, but with this new patch, they actually added the Wrath helmet to her skin. So that pink Wrath set, I mean, that's really taking me back to my World of Warcraft days. So, the Sonya, though, she did receive, I want to say, buffs this patch. She could now use certain on-demand abilities while whirlwinding.
Yeah, indeed. They took that functionality off, and then they're like, oh, we're going to put that back on. So definitely seeing a lot of Sonya from teams this patch, and yeah, she's definitely a formidable hero.
She just solo took those easies, those stone bros, which I like to call them. But we got our own here as well. I mean, Illidan by himself can easily murk all day, every day.
Oh yeah, Sonya definitely one of the best jungler heroes in the game.
So going back and forth, as you said, passive, definitely the name of this early game. 3 minutes in, not, well, okay, we had the one kill on the top of the Stitches, but not really any kind of big engagements until now. Lotus coming into the bottom lane. They're up against Nicker and Saishu, but we are going to try to nurture out these easies. These Stone Bros need to go in, and looks like they're at least going to get the tower. Looks like that's about all they're going to get.
Yeah, ESC definitely ahead on that tower count, and the Zagara on the side of ESC is able to clean up the top giants without too much trouble. Still losing a bit of ammo and taking a little bit of hits, but not going to actually lose out on any towers there.
And Leo from Korea is just starting up the bruisers. Joe's going to come in here, and he's going to be able to just whirlwind and pick those up as well. So quite a few mercs going back and forth as, you know, when we have the power of the Odin, the power of the Sonya, Rhaegar can easily do mercs. Not maybe as quickly, but definitely safely. I mean, just... that's what they're doing. So maximum soak is being achieved, maximum level for both teams as well, because going into this next seed phase, both teams are going to be very likely 9, I want to say.
Yeah, I would say so. Both teams just kind of content to take mercs and do the proper rotations, not really engaging any big fights, just trading and playing passive.
It does look like we're actually edging out a little bit here from ESC. They do got, despite no kills, it looks like they're going to hit 9 first. They might actually hit it in this fight, but Lotus, he's going to go right into the back on top of that Jaina. Again, immobile Jaina, immobile Stitches as well. 1 for 1 for the trade. Joe just cannot do anything up against that Illidan as of yet. So Saichu, they're just waiting in the wings. It looks like Rhaegar is a little bit low, but he will survive. And Stitches for Jaina, not exactly the trade I saw coming, but I mean, when you leave Stitches to his own devices, that's, I guess, what's going to happen.
Yeah, G2 tried to get in there and possibly go for a mercenary steal, but just ended up trading blows, and ESC was able to keep their camp intact there.
So here we go, a little bit now of Seed fighting Saichu, looking for that early spawn, but this might not go his way. He's getting real low. The body blocks from Lotus are real, and that will be enough. Oh, on top of EDRD as well. Here comes Snow from the side. The Hydralisk is going to solidify the second kill, and the Maw. They hit 10. They get the Jaina, and she is getting the last spawn. Something fierce. That's a 3 for 0 trade, as ESC has now solidified that level lead, and likely their seeds with this map position.
Yeah, indeed. That was a very, very nice pickup by ESC, and even comboing that Maw into the Entangling Roots, securing the kill on Sonya there. So very, very nice team fight there for ESC.
Now Nebs is into the bottom lane. He's trying to get more and more seeds. We will have a Shambler fight. Looks like it's going to be Joe in the one, and still not entirely too sure who's going to grab the other. I want to say Lotus. It's going to be Lotus, or it's got to be Anti-Hero. But Anti-Hero's about to die, so it's not going to be
Yeah, unless you want. Well,
oh, that's a lie. Yeah, the timers could work out, but no, it's going to be Invidium actually to pick it up.
Yeah, Death Star that up, and I mean, it's pretty good choice there. So I like it.
So we still have about a half level between the teams, favoring ESC at this point, but Invidium and Lotus are going to be starting to do the pressure here into the mid. We got the bottom from Joe, starting to actually really take its licks, but we also now have the seeds. We didn't really get the seed advantage that I kind of expected there from ESC. I really did expect them to kind of just clean up after 3 deaths on the side of Gamers2, but they actually come out behind despite that. So Invidium and crew, they're going to try to take out this top while bottom continues to push on. Anti-Hero's there to try to buffer it a bit, but a little bit of a race, Nick.
Yeah, G2 opting to stun their plant in bottom and try to get a little bit of the catch-up game going on here. Definitely nice to be able to take out a keep wall this early in the game. And
towers, wow, got both of them.
Yeah, and despite ESC being a little bit ahead there, they are actually kind of evened out now. So.
Oh, and he gets the last flower pot before he jumps out of it. Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, ESC will be taking this fort down as well, so definitely going to be a little bit ahead, but definitely helped close the gap a bit to trade there. I mean, they weren't going to be able to defend that fort, so and they were not level 13 at the time. So.
All right, yeah, Joe, he finds the Lotus. He's going to jump in. Here comes the stage dive, the jumping twin as they go into that. But Joe's into the back now. Anti-Hero is not going to get the kill because we did have the Ancestral, but the Ancestral's not there now for AD-RD, not for Nika, not for Sideshoe, and Lotus is full hit points. That's going to be the improved Ice Block, and there goes the Jaina. The hook, though, on top of Joe. Joe has no way to get out of it, nothing to jump to, and he does not have the pull himself with the chain spear. So 2-0 on that, and this could be a push in for the sport.
Yeah, the leap came out, but the Scar on the side of ESC was able to land a massive maw on 3 heroes of G2, so that fight just did not work out for them at all, and it looks like ESC is going to be able to pick up another fort here.
Yeah, I fully suspect that they would. I mean, they got Anti-Hero there in the front, they got the shields, and Zagara just absolutely starts melting it as time goes on. Lotus has been busy with the bruisers, but unfortunately he gets busy with the ETC axe as well, and he will take a 30-second timeout. And basically a gift there to Gamers2 with those bruisers now marching down the bottom lane.
Yeah, a little bit overeager from the Illidan of ESC. They had plenty of opportunities to just kind of clear out bottom, you know, take their own mercs. They didn't really have to get too greedy there. So that's going to help G2 out a bit, and they're actually coming in here to invade. ESC is going to have to sacrifice some mercenaries. That's never good. They could have, you know, just played a little bit safer and had, you know, their mercenaries out. Now G2 has a ton of map pressure in both mid and bottom. 4 giants.
4 giants pushing that mid. They got all. Basically, there's no red merc camps right now, and that's exactly how Gamers2 likes it. There goes the Tranquility. Another Maw going down. That's going to leave Sideshoe to be the big target. The Ancestral will not land. It's on the 9-second cooldown now. AD-RD again with the Ice Block, but he is just going to delay that inevitable death. And Lotus is still in the front doing the body blocks, but he gets way too far forward, and the rest of his team there is not able to help with any more cleanup. So it will be a 2-for-1 as the Illidan falls, but the seeds are up, and it's perfect timing here for ESC to continue on with their efforts for another Shambler.
Yeah, definitely, but I can't really count out G2 either. While all that team fight was happening, it's really painful to take a full team fight when there's mercenaries pushing 2 of your lanes. So a lot of that, the loss in that team fight was mitigated by the fact that it had those mercenaries out, and that all leads back to Illidan kind of dying there. But ESC is going to be the first one to reach level 16.
And the 16 talents coming out, just taking a quick look as Invidium once again will be marching forward with his Shambler. And, you know, in terms of the talents overall, I mean, we got Feral Lunch for our Rhaegar, the Uber Rockstar, I mean, Aftershock, everything still looks pretty normal there on the 13. As Anti-Hero goes in, he's looking to pick up as many seats as he can. Invidium is going to be here for the fight as well. It's not going to be a split push at all. The leap has to be used defensively. There's the Ancestral on top of Joe as well. It will keep everyone alive on the side of Gamers2, but they are pretty much in full-on retreat, and it looks like perhaps the bottom fort will now be sacrificed. It was 16 versus 15. It's really hard to fight into that, Nick.
Yeah, you don't want to be fighting a talent tier down against the plant there. I feel that G2 would have been in a lot better shape there had they just kind of avoided and went for the other Shambler and tried to get seeds that way. But yeah, I mean, forced to use a lot of ultimates to survive there, and they're still on that level 13 tier, although they are about to hit 16. But yeah, ESC getting into really good position here to gather more seeds, so...
this could be the first seed lead that they've been able to generate.
Yes, indeed, indeed. But G2 wants to say something about it, so...
Yeah, but we are on 16 talents, so going back and forth, Gamers2 have evened out the field. They might be a level down, but they have all the same amount of talents. Hook's going to go on top of Nicker. That's very likely it for him. I mean, you will not get away not only from the anti-hero, but Lotus down there as well. But that's going to be it for Illidan. He is a very squishy boy these days. Joe, however, down to half health with his Terra, and we're about to actually explode here from Infidium. There he goes. No more Shamblers for the crew on top of ESC. There goes the anti-hero as well, and that's going to be now a Maw into the back, but unfortunately it's just a delay tactic. Neb's now going to be caught out. He has his own ice block, and Joe, that Industrial is going to keep him going. And that is very likely it there for the map variant as he dropped. Invidium is going to play Ring Around the Rosie, but unfortunately he's going to get cut off. And with that Archon now down, I don't think he can grab that kill on top of ADRD, but will he escape with his life? The answer is no.
Yeah, I thought G2 was going to be in bad shape there, losing Vala, but then Illidan going down, that was a big deal. Jaina was able to take down Illidan, and, you know, Illidan not there to pressure their team. G2 was just able to clean up.
And clean up extremely well. They definitely did. The double Stone Skin coming in. I mean, 30% more hit points on these more tanky characters on the back of an Ancestral. I mean, how many times have we now seen Sonya just able to keep going and going because of these Ancestrals? They've really been a very powerhouse combo here from Gamers2. And now that they're at 16, I mean, they're basically, you know, they're ready to go. This is their comp, so to speak. But they're not confident in taking those mercs. So I guess Lotus will be able to finish them off.
Yeah, I like that choice to back off here. You know, their lanes were getting kind of pushed in, so pulling back and taking their own mercenaries and able to just, you know, put some map pressure back on the map. So I really like that decision. They didn't really need to get over eager there. And but wow, big hook going down on
Oh yeah, they were really looking to put him in that little G with those bushes, but I mean, hey, it was a great hook. Unfortunately, just no big follow-up from it, so they're just going to murder out the mercenaries. We still got bottom mercs. Actually, it's the battle of the Stone Bros up against the Bruisers, but unfortunately, the numbers of the Bruisers will win. And it looks like we might clash a little bit more here in the jungles, as we're getting really aggressive here from ESC.
Yeah, definitely wanting to use that fishing hook.
Yeah, no, Sidechick, he's going to jump in, and that is going to be it for anti-hero. I mean, the slow and the impact there from Sidechick was definitely really on point, enough to take down their tank in a flash, but unfortunately the Maw, the return Maw, was so good. Both tanks are now going to be down. That's going to leave Illidan in actually a really good spot because he's going to be the only big frontliner here, and you can see ADRD, he's a big focus. Lotus is getting the heals, but he is still low on the hit points. The shields are not going to be enough, and they do trade him out, but they still lose out the trades against ESC, as trading out an Illidan for not only the Sonya but the Jaina by the end of it all means that they technically won that fight, and you can see that they're going to continue on with the pressure here against these gates.
Yeah, G2's ETC got a little bit over-eager there, and then the Maw separated just kind of CC'd the back of his team, and he was just able to be picked off there. The fight didn't go as bad as it could have been, but still went pretty bad for G2.
19-19, but that is a heck of a bigger 19 coming up from ESC, as they're over halfway done the level already to that 20. That race to 20 could be so huge for them. And, you know, we are going to have another seed phase. I want to say momentarily at this point. It's not that far off. And 96 to 44, it means we're very likely to once more see a battle of the Shamblers. But there it is, level 20. We still got about 3/4 of the way to go for Gamers2. What do we got? We got Blink, the Storm Shield, the Demonic Form, Hardened Shield, and Twilight Archon, all as expected at this point. But it's huge in terms of, like, their team fight potential in this next upcoming battle.
Yeah, definitely. G2 is going to have to get to that level 20, but in the meantime, they're going to have to avoid ESC.
Oop.
But ESC is trying to press their advantage on level 20 here. Get a root on the ETC here.
Yeah, the root will be good, but unfortunately, it's on top of Sideshoe, and he has just so many ways to delay you. I mean, at the worst, he could stage dive. At the very worst, he could stage dive away. We have 0 stuns, really, on the way here of ESC. I mean, they'd have to maw him to keep him in the show. And I don't think that's really a worthy maw. So, yeah, unfortunately, no kill there. We still have the 20 advantage, but the seeds are, I mean, they're immediately evident here for Gamers because they had 96 already in the bank. But we will, once again, have those Shamblers coming out. Do we press here, though, from ESC? They still have that advantage, but the window's closing next.
Yeah, indeed. It looks like they are going to press. G2 is still not level 20, so they really want to get down here and get the seeds. But now they are level 20, and they have a plant here as well.
Oh, there goes the advantage.
Yeah.
There was no fight. There was no capitalization. We had a hook looking for Leo from Korea. Didn't grab it, but it is going to be Joe there in that plant tower. And, you know, ESC, they might be ahead in experience. They might have won more of these fights. 12 kills, 11, though, overall. And they've never, ever had the seed advantage here. They've never had that seed lead.
The sun dawns.
Yeah, indeed. And it looks like G2 is just going to back off here. They have to deal with those bruisers on top. They're actually getting cleaned up a bit by the towers here, but
they're about to run out of ammo, though.
Yeah, exactly. So they're going to have to clean that up a bit. Other than that, their lanes aren't too bad. You know, middle and bottom looking pretty even right now as ESC rotates down there to apply a little bit of pressure. And it looks like Cassadar once again is going to be getting into that plant there for ESC.
Double Hardened Shield, or I guess that's actually called Ignore Pain. Yeah. And yeah, this isn't Stone Shield, right? It's Nerves of Steel because they had to, yeah, it's the same functionality, but again, the big change to Sonya this round is that she can use these while whirlwinding. That was a big thing for late game blowing up Sonya kind of comps. Although nobody really makes those comps, but at the same time, late game in your whirlwind, I mean, you can't use your first aid, you can't use, which is not first aid in this case, ferocious healing. But you can't, you couldn't use any of that stuff, and now you can. Low, however, I mean, you can't use any of it because he's in that Terra, but the Terra's about to blow up, and I don't really feel like Gamers got too much out of it.
Yeah, definitely not, and having to use the Sonya leap to disengage there. This is not a situation you want to be in here. Gonna just poke away at this keep here of G2.
Just dancing.
Damn,
Damn,
just waiting,
boys, damn.
Basically just waiting for that W cooldown to come back up and just drop it again. And then G2 is just trying to defend it at all costs.
Well, they are slowly losing it out. I mean, we have a lot of hit points there on Invidium. Just go up and whack it, man. Go up and whack it, which is a very bad out of context quote. So let's not go there. But either way, there it is. That's going to be now the keep. Invidium and crew, they're looking for the hook. The hook into the roof. It's going to be enough. Joe is going to be the big target. He does have that ancestor ready to go. The Maw Whip does not hit anybody. We still don't have a leap, though, for 15 seconds. And it looks like Joe will actually use all those defensive options to get out of this one. And with 8 seconds left on this Terror, and it's basically full hit points, I don't know. Could ESC have pushed their advantage a little harder?
I actually like the patience of ESC. You don't want to get, they have complete map control. Look at the lanes they're just pushing in. They had the plant terror there. They had a guaranteed keep no matter what. Then they have stitches too. They have fishing hook. They don't need to get in there necessarily.
Saishu, though, he's going to get in there with that stage dive. He's looking for the kill on top of Anti-Hero, while Leo from Korea in the back, they would actually pick up the bruises. Anti-Hero gets body blocked in that narrow area, and he is now down for the count. Nicker in the front there with that strafe gets off a good amount of damage, but enough shielding here is going to keep the team of ESC up, but losing out Anti-Hero means they have to absolutely scatter. They are not going to be able to contest any kind of big fight, and this could actually lead to a blue map coming out from Gamers.
Yeah, G2 had a really nice engage there. The ETC charge stun into Sonya lead, and then Stitches, even with all of his defensive talents, Hardened Shield, everything, was just not able to stay alive there. So, and now it's nighttime too. So.
All right, so yeah, it's not going to be a blue map, but it will be Seeds. They had 97 in the bank again. So already you can see that Terror is going to come out nice and early, and we still have a dead Stitches for 20 seconds, Nick. This is a big opportunity for Gamers to attempt the legendary back-to-back Shambler run.
Yeah, and they're not even going to be able to take a fight here. They have to defend that bottom mercenary push, or they could have taken out their keep. And losing a keep for free is never a good thing. So they're going to have to just opt to take the... they're actually going to have to opt to probably fight for the bottom Chandler to get any seeds here. And G2 is getting a Terror up here, and that's a big deal.
Yep. Joe is going to be able to pick up the Shambler. Will they contest? It looks like they are interested in trying to get that back-to-back. Because even if they only use the Shambler to get their next, they're denying... Oh, they already have the next. 102 already in the bank. I didn't actually know it was that high.
Even if they get this Shambler ESC, they are not going to be able to have a Terror.
So yeah, even if Joe doesn't get any structure damage with this one, they secure themselves another, and they deny it from their opponents. And that is not good news from ESC whatsoever. Anti-Hero looking for the hook. Saichu is just there as a mobile bovine ward, and they back off. They are not going to deal with this.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting what one little pick in turn the game so drastically. G2 is looking very, very good, especially with these late game Terrors. It's just having those seeds banked and having a Terror at the same time. It's so nice going into a late game situation like this.
22-22. It's basically a dead even race. We have the keep down here from Gamers. We have so much late game advantage with 162 seeds in the bank, ready to go for Gamers2. We have 45 seconds left on Joe, and Joe is full hit points at this round.
Yep, and now they're gonna just kind of do the same thing as ESC was doing, and just kind of poke away at this keep. Well, they're being a little bit more aggressive there, which is fine. You got to be careful though because of the Stitches, so that's fine. And they're just gonna take this keep out.
And the Stitches looking for the positioning there on the hook, only gets Saishu. It's not the hook that he wanted, but I mean, Joe still has quite a few hit points here, has 8 seconds left on the clock, so he is going to retreat. You do not want to be in a situation where all 5 of them can blow up on top of you, but will Joe actually have the positioning to get out of this one? Anti-Hero with the hook! With the hook! Nope, not confident. Oh, he waited too long!
Wow, so close, even with
way
the
too long.
Yeah. And yeah, G2's, they had a lot of pressure going towards them from ESC, so they have to back up a bit.
Storm Shield right there from Leo from Korea will keep the team up and going. Saichu not really that hurt. They do not have leap. That is why they're retreating. They're going back to their towers. They're going to just hide here for a little bit. They absolutely do not want to fight an entire heroic down. But that means that they're probably going to have to sacrifice this gate. And if we continue pushing on, I mean, they're going to have to respond. They cannot give up a keep. Oh, that's what Sonya's waiting for. She's going to get this Terror.
Yep, the second Terror we were talking about is finally respawned. So now that's going to force ESC back. And it really hurts for ESC because their mercenaries were up on their side of the map, but now they have despawned as G2 takes that Terror. They do have some lane control in top, but yeah, I think G2's going to want to push in here.
Saichu is desperately trying to get into that back line for those body blocks, but it's just not working. Nicker gets off a pretty okay strafe from the side, gets hooked into the battlefront, and that is not good. But the Maw! Oh my god, the Maw is so good. Takes 3 go down. Saiju will eventually get that Ancestral, but Nicker is a big target right here. Stitches and Alperian, however, have already dropped. That low is absolutely hitting. The Joe is hitting so hard. Infidium just will not be able to stand up against that. And now, with a big change of events, Illidan is the last one standing, and it looks like he will eventually drop. This, I think, is game right here, Mr. Nick. But Jaina gets picked off by Snow at the end, a little bit of a cheeky pick. But it's like, what do you do against a Terror that cannot be contested?
Yeah, man, that 26-minute Terror, dude, is just so strong, even in a teamfight situation where you're hitting for a ton of damage. And yeah, it was a back-and-forth game. G2 was on the back foot quite a bit, but you know, a couple misplays by ESC have allowed G2 back into the game, and you know, ever since then, ESC just really couldn't keep it together. So
I don't know what that Heroes draft link at the end.